Welcome, lords and ladies of fate. In this stream, we play various tabletop role-playing games as you, the audience, earn fate chips that can be used to reward or punish your favorite players or their characters. Tonight we are playing Riffs by Palladium Books. And with us we have April playing as Sophia. We have Bill playing as Demetrius. We have Michael playing as Rembrandt Brown.
How's everyone doing?
And Chance playing as Felix.
Moo.
And myself playing as Illustra Craft. And then with us, of course, to mitigate the will of the fates is Julian playing as our GM.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to Dance Magic Dance. Last time our heroes were in an enchanted forest. Well, they already were in an enchanted forest, but they went deeper in, following a small fairy creature named Nyx, whom they have saved from a deadly creature. As they ventured in, they were a bit surprised that inside these woods were a big rock labyrinth surrounding a castle, apparently. They spoke to a lot of weird creatures, one of them an ogre named Hoggle, who apparently sprayed pixies. Some other small furry orange things that really wanted them to dance and apparently play with their heads. And assorted small dead ends and attempts at trying to find some sort of logic through all of this. They also met a very nice girl who really didn't know what she was doing there. She didn't remember everything anyway, and seemed to be a construct that you later found out of magic or some sort. As you ventured on, you came to this castle and saw everything dissolve into a strange scene of flying people. Among these, a very flamboyant Goblin King, who apparently talked to this girl up in the sky, while you were led to the court of the Fairy Queen. The Fairy Queen, named Titania, greeted you and welcomed you. She was very nice, really. No demands of bowing and scraping or anything like that. But as you uttered your wish for, should we say, the fairy food you had promised back in the city of Laszlo, she set you a test. A test of charm, a test of cunning, and a test of strength. The test of charm was to make her laugh, which Felix did very well. He told a lot of fun stories of their journey so far, mostly involving cows.
Buffalo soldiers.
Indeed. Which eventually made her laugh, and you passed this test. Then she set you the second one of cunning, and she gave you a riddle. Conceived by magic, by moonlight baptized, by stories named but ever nameless, from whom was I born? And as she finishes the sentence, she smiles, looking down at you. I give you 3 hours.
How many
Wait.
guesses?
I'm gonna go
One.
One guess?
Okay. So you said there was a feast going on?
Always in my court.
Excellent. I'm kind of got bones sticking out of my body, and I could really go for a little bit of a nosh.
Very well, you may of course use the 3 hours however you wish.
I find
What happens if
think
we
better
fail
when I
your
get full
test?
stomach.
She looks at you, Rembrandt. Well, then you fail and do not gain my favor. And those who do not gain my favor do not have a good time.
Anybody have a
They
clue?
bore me.
I'm gonna start meandering away.
Yeah, you can see with some of your failed marriages what happens when you're not amused. So I understand what you're saying, but does everyone else understand what you're saying?
I don't get it at all.
It should be added to our dear viewers as part of the recap that apparently this Queen of Fairies collects kings. 3 of them are encased in crystal, which are the Lizard King, the King of Rock, and the King of Pop. And one of them, the Goblin King, is apparently responsible for this whole spiel of labyrinths and weird creatures, and is now lounging at his chair, looking very relaxed. Sorry, to go on.
I'm assuming he's got one leg popped up over the edge of the chair.
Oh yes, indeed.
He's showing off the bedazzled inflated crotch.
However he turns, you can see that crotch, and it's hypnotizing, man.
I think I'm gonna go get a hot dog.
Can we?
You missed the point.
Before we do that, I want to let's huddle for a second before we do any of that.
Let's talk over a meal. I could go for a corn dog.
I like grab everybody around, circle. Can anyone here detect evil?
I mean,
It depends
what
if it's connected to the
really?
vampires.
Alignment, intention.
I mean, what's evil
can
for the
see
goose
auras.
is good for the gander?
I mean, I think everybody's good at heart.
I scan her. Does she have a heart?
You just look through her everything and look for organs, basically.
And is there?
Well, you do. You know what? Yes, you do see organs. In my mind, I had to just make up my mind if gods had actual organs. But yes, they do. There's too many myths of them not having such. Having such. So yes, she does have all the organs that she's supposed to have as a human-ish being.
That means she's subject to all our flaws. She breathes. She needs to see.
Well, maybe.
Okay.
So,
So
anyways, on with the phallic foods, because this whole thing is making me really want a hot dog.
What's a
Popsicles,
hot
corn
dog?
dogs. Hot dog. It's
Yeah.
this old pre-riffs thing that it's mystery meat in a long cylindrical shape, surrounded on either side by 2 fat buns.
You notice at this point there's a small slew of fairies around Felix's shoulders going, "That sounds
Wait.
delicious!"
You get some cheese on there, whether that could be like a shredded cheese, a nacho cheese, the more artificial the better. Some relish, peppers, onions,
And all of those things are called condiments.
condiments.
Man, people on this planet like to mix a lot of foods together.
And
Yes,
you have to
exactly.
open your mouth very wide to eat it.
Yeah.
That, by the way,
Well,
was
I'm
part of a
eating. This
one-liner
little
being
huddle is
redeemed
done
by
for me.
Atlas. But yes,
Yeah.
you go to the table and there's no hot dogs. I'm very sorry. There are corn that is somehow somewhat phallic, if that's what you want. It's mainly a farmer's table. It kind of looks like that. Very fresh stuff. There's a lot of unnamed bottles of, you suppose, wine.
Watch out for that.
I'm not watching out for that. I'm at 5 hit points. I need all of it.
I want to make a to-go bag.
Regeneration takes a lot of energy.
That before.
You throw yourself at the table and then eat and drink.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's make it 3 percentile rolls then.
Can do. Oh, I didn't pull up roll 20. Oopsie. I knew I was missing the screen. Un momento, por favor, mi amigos.
Since I am familiar with fairies, I will try to give him a little bit of warning about too much self-indulgence with some of these things.
Oh!
I asked Nix to come over.
28, 47, 99.
Oh, yes, I'll go with Nix in just a moment. I'll just look up those results on my incredibly fun table. Indeed.
It would be rude not to eat the food provided and offered.
Okay.
That face makes me a little nervous. You take 27 points of damage.
Intriguing. Well, there's very little visible effect. Funnily enough, you don't really notice any change, except for your feet. You apparently are, at the moment, growing an extra toe on each of your feet. It
Do I still
doesn't
have
seem to
cauliflower
hurt.
ears?
What? Sorry?
Do I still have cauliflower ears from
Oh,
the
yes.
prior session? Okay.
But otherwise, it doesn't seem to have any other visible effect.
That's perfect. That gives me better acrobatic balance. I'm acrobatic anyways. I've just got more stability now.
Everyone else hears Illustra's warning about maybe taking it a bit with the food.
Do I still feel like I'm the prettiest thing around?
Well, that is a bit tough. You are around fairies, which are very pretty, let's face it. And you are facing Titania, a god, who's also very pretty. Well, apart from the bloodstains on her face, that kind of diminishes a bit. True.
Oh, she's a dirty girl.
Yeah.
She likes it rough.
Bloody hell. But yeah, you still think you're the prettiest girl in the room. Yes.
All right,
Yes,
all right.
I think so.
Certainly the prettiest non-Fae.
Yes, but and anyway, all the Fae has these, I know, horns and stuff that just mars the beauty, Anyway, Rembrandt, you call over Nix.
Yes,
Who buzzes over?
and Illustria. Hey, Illustria,
of
come here. I need
Yeah.
your help real quick.
Yeah, what's up?
Hello.
So, Nix, I want to use trust, I guess. I want to persuade her to see if I can trick her to give us an answer to where the queen is from.
Yeah, good idea.
Let me hear what you say first, and then make the roll afterwards.
Nix, we saved your life. You owe us one. And right now, we could be in trouble. We need to get out of here, and we need an answer to this question. So I give her the riddle, and I say, what is the answer? Pay us back.
Don't know. Wanna help? Don't know.
You don't know where the queen is from?
Nowhere from. Not no mother.
The queen has no mother?
Has mother. Everything has mother.
Does everything have father?
Most things have father. Something only have father. Really weird.
Who would know?
I don't know if she means literally.
Maybe Evano?
Metaphorically, where is she from? I mean, we come from parents. Do we have to name her parents, or do we have to assume that she means something else?
Sound like you name mother. Where come from?
You saying her
How
mother?
about say plop?
So we need to find out her mother?
Think so.
Okay. I don't have anything else.
Is
So
it possible that
Sorry, April.
I have more fairies and creatures of magic? Can I find something out?
Well, what about specifically about Titania?
Her origins.
I mean, she did say a name.
Yeah,
I asked-
you can roll for fairy lore for Titania. Sure.
I asked Nix if stars could be the answer.
Don't know. Maybe.
We only get one shot, so we gotta give her our best answer.
Got weird. Come from all
Baptized
sorts
by
of
the
things.
moon. What does baptized by the moon mean to you guys? With
You
religion.
had one shot, just one chance to answer the riddle.
100. April, you have never heard of Titania.
Really bad. That is really bad.
You don't think there's an actual queen of fairies? That's just something that powerful fairies call themselves every now and then?
I've said it before myself once or twice.
So this must be a scam of some sort.
Well, where do fairies come from? Like,
She was
can we
conceived
figure
by
that out?
magic.
Oh, did she tell me who might know?
She mentioned when you asked her the name called someone called Ava.
Ava. And who's Ava?
Ava is other fairy, like me. Not like me, more boring.
Can you bring her?
She no go far. I bring you to her.
Is it far?
No, not far.
Can you bring us out of here?
Think so?
So we can just leave?
Think so?
You want to
Don't
just leave? Why do we need this token?
Oh, it's a payment for some stuff that we got in the beginning. They were kind enough to allow us to borrow some stuff that if I brought back some fairy magics.
But we have Nyx. Doesn't Nyx have fairy
Well, we
magic?
gonna steal her?
No, I mean we could ask her to give us something. Maybe she could throw some dust in
Or
a
even
jar.
ask
I
you
don't
to
know.
accompany us.
Or accompany us, throw some
Yeah.
dust in a jar. I mean, you do have the backpack full of bones. Someone does.
I don't
Yeah,
know if
that
that's gonna work.
They have a DNA record of a fairy.
I don't know if it's magic enough.
Oh.
Her mother and father.
Sorry, Bo?
Well, we
Yeah,
have other
that's it.
options besides staying here and completing this challenge because she already said that if we don't, answer her.
We also only have to do 2 of the 3 challenges.
Yeah,
The
there's
third
still
one's-
another challenge we could do.
Sure, we
$1
could skip this and go to the third challenge. Do you want to try that?
We'll see. Let's
Well,
keep asking around, looking
here's-
around,
here's-
trying to find an
here's a-
answer.
Here's a thought. She is able to read things if she can get her hands on it. What if we asked the queen to hand her mother's ring or something like that?
We could ask her to shake her hand as a greeting, a gesture.
I don't think that we should trick her. I think attempting to trick the Queen of Fairies would not bode well.
Well, she didn't say how.
She didn't say how we had to figure
Yeah,
it
she
out.
didn't say how.
Right. I'm not talking about using it to figure it out. I'm just saying in general, trying to trick the Queen of Fairies, I don't think is going to be a healthy maneuver.
I think an aggressive act would be unhealthy maneuver. I think trying to acquire information is the best chance we got.
Yeah, maybe I'll go
I
check out
agree.
this Ava and see what she knows, and then we can go from there.
Yeah, go check that out.
Me show you. You come.
Okay.
All can come if you want.
Her horns are pointed, faint red, wings are heavy.
You all like dragon, right?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Sure.
I bet one.
Okay.
We ride jargon. Yeah.
It's just some people run away when see dragon.
No, my people like dragons.
Okay.
Certain ones.
Is this Fey food? Is the Fey buffet the buffet, if you will? Is there meat there? Or is it all?
There
is it
is
all
meat
vegetarian?
there.
Okay,
There's all
well, I'm
sorts
gonna
of duck and
Grab a
stuff.
hunk of a cow or lamb or something as I walk on towards this meeting Ava.
So Nyx is leaving with Illustrious.
Yeah, and everyone who's wants to follow.
Yeah, let's all
I want to stay and talk
Cool.
to the queen.
Well,
Okay.
let's start with going to Ava then. I'm gonna put a picture in the front of the queen. As she leads you to one of the larger residences, you enter a library of books this size. Well, very small for you, Dragon. For her, it's rather a large one, almost a riding animal. And she's using it for now as a recliner, looking up from this book that you can't really read the print of. It's just too small, and going, "Wah! These
Hi.
nice people want to say hi. Hi.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Felix.
Are you Ava?
I'm Ava. Yes. What you want?
We were
Easy.
looking for information about the Queen's mother. Would you happen to have any information about that?
Have lots of information. Don't know if I have mother.
Do you like stories, Ava?
I have many stories.
Could you tell us a story about the queen?
Don't know if allowed.
Why not?
She queen.
Mm-hmm. So there are many stories that she would know then.
There is one story.
Oh?
She may not like. First husband. Upper run. Big man. Big muscle. Abs. Him bit stupid. Him go to party with her. Him be jealous of something stupid. Him make spell. Him turn man into donkey man. And make love spell on Titania. Titania like donkey man. Big joke.
Sounds cruel. What happened?
Well, lot of running around, lot of misunderstanding. Then wake up, not really know what going on. Later found out spell on her, very mad. Oberon, no king.
I imagine. So how many kings have there been?
50 something.
Wow.
Jeez.
She likes her king.
That's a busy life.
She gets around.
She likes some of them for a while.
Well, do you?
What's your dragon's name?
This
Mhm.
box.
Monks?
Box.
I didn't hear that. Sorry.
Box.
Box. Hi, Box.
A little steam comes out his mouth. Huh?
Little scratch underneath the whiskers.
He turns around kind of like a very old dog who really likes to be petted but doesn't really have the strength of moving all that much.
Nice little. Well, Ava, you and Box seem like wonderful individuals.
Thank you. Many stories I have. You want more?
Most definitely.
Sure, I would love to hear a story.
Oh, sorry, April, what did you say?
I said most definitely. We'll even sit here around the dragon and just listen.
Have many stories. What do you want to hear?
I'll pinch off a little piece of the meat and hand it to Box.
Well, she tells you some fairy tales, some very nice fairy tales, not really relevant to Titania or any of that, but very comfortable and nice stories. Some of them are quite familiar for you, Illustra. Seems close to home, you might say. Think some of your ancestors might have been in some of them. But as she tells you these stories, we'll just return to Rembrandt, who approaches Titania, who at the moment is supping from a flower, some sort of wine.
I'll sit down next to her. Smile.
Hello there.
Hello. Just curious. Something you said. Conceived by magic and baptized by moonlight.
Indeed.
I find that interesting. Aren't all fairies born the same way?
More or less, but I think you mistake me. I am not a fairy. I am a god.
Ah, different. So is that why they worship you? Are you a god of fairies, or are you just a god in general?
Well, it is the funny thing about gods. We take on responsibilities as they present themselves.
Um, so just out of curiosity, where did all these fairies come from?
These I brought them with me.
Okay.
Most of them anyway. Some of them are attracted to me. They can't help it really.
You brought them with you from where?
From my former home.
And that would not be this home.
No, of course. That would be the same
But
home, really.
I'm willing to bet these kings did not come from your home.
No, not at all, not at all. Funnily enough, these three and my dear current king all come from the same place. It's filled with kings. Some of them better than others, really, but still.
And because because they married you and you became bored with them, you just froze them in time like this?
Indeed.
Is that the behavior of normal people on your world?
I am not normal people.
Okay. But that may not be normal on this world. Do you understand?
True, but again, I'm not normal on any world.
Okay. So no matter what world you wind up on, you're the superior being and you can do whatever you want to whoever you want.
Such is the way of the gods. It is my
Someone
birthright,
said
you might say.
might equals right.
Indeed.
Okay. It's been interesting.
Bring me more wine! And somebody brings her more wine. While this conversation is going on, and the other conversation is going on, and the two Atlanteans are standing a bit back, not saying much, they are approached by this very lanky man with a very, very noticeable crutch. Going, "Psst. Excuse me, can I talk to you for a minute?
Most definitely.
Great. If you would join me over here, please, love.
Sure.
Great. I don't really want to seem forward or anything, but is there any chance you I don't know, might be able to get me away from this place? I really gotta get me out of this place.
Okay, how come?
Don't really want to end up like the others.
The others. Doesn't look like you have any problems.
Not for now, no, but she does seem to get bored by the same scenario.
Well, I mean, there are different things you can do.
Yes, but she really, she thinks I'm a goblin king, and to To be honest, my name is David. I just played the role for a while.
Oh.
And I mean, I'm just a singer. And it was fun at the beginning. I mean, reliving your glory days and everything. But then she talked about what happened to the great king of rock, and I mean, Elvis was a great man. He doesn't deserve this.
We could help you if you can give us some information.
Sure. What can I help you with?
And figure out who her Titania's mother is,
My mother.
or where she came from.
I'm no expert on mythology or anything, but to be honest, I thought she was just from a play.
Which play?
Shakespeare play, Midsummer Night's Dream.
You read that one, I didn't.
I know.
From my planet, I don't know if it's here. A really known play. But I don't know if there's anything I can do. Just do mention it. But please get me out of here.
If I caused a distraction, wouldn't she get upset with me?
Yeah, but not now. I mean, it's probably a good idea to have a plan or something. But just say the word.
Okay. Let me talk to the others.
Thanks. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much.
Mm-hmm.
I think at this point all the conversations about wraps up and you can all meet up again. It's been about half an hour.
Cool. I'm gonna have some mead from the table. I'm thirsty.
Give me a percentile dice, you uncareful person, you.
36. Regeneration is exhausting work.
Okay. You suddenly feel in a very cheery mood, or actually more a bit tricksy, really mischievous, you might say. You have sudden urge of making fun of somebody in some practical jokish kind of way.
I think that I'm going to go and draw blanked on the dang name. Groucho Marx glasses and nose on the king of rock.
Do you want to do this while being stealthy?
Yes, but if I succeed afterwards, I'm gonna be like, oh my gosh, somebody painted eyebrows.
Give me a proud roll.
Let's see. Oh, that's a really good one. All right, I can totally do this. 100 less than 46. 35. One success.
As Felix begins to try and be ninja and sneaky-ish, you all begin to hear this jangling coming from him. He seems to be surrounded by invisible bells.
Do
One
I
of the
realize
effects
I'm
from
surrounded by
earlier.
the bells?
No, you do not.
Okay.
As you see him almost cartoonishly approach the back of the throne, and you see Titania's head just turning ever so slightly and following him. While do any of you other people do anything
Yeah.
while he does this? Yeah.
While she's distracted, I want to go over to Demetrius and fill him in on what I've learned about her. I'm gonna tell him that she thinks she's a god, whether she is or not, but she's basically a DB with incredible power and using it to force people to do with it what she wants.
And I also let you know what the. Who is it?
David,
David, yeah.
the
He
the
wants
glitter
to-
crush guy.
Bowie.
No,
Starman.
I
no, it's a different thing.
We could just try to get it right and just make a guess at the answer and just move on to the third challenge. I don't think we're going to get this one, but we could.
Can you repeat the riddle?
I think we
I mean, the
could.
answer is lovers.
It's what?
Lovers.
Actually, when you tell each other what you've both been hearing, Rembrandt, you definitely know the Shakespeare and the play they're talking about. You've heard of Titania and Queen of Fairies from that play. It's well known in your world.
Do I know where she came from?
No, you don't have any skill for that.
I don't. I have a computer reference.
You do.
Can I try that?
What do you look up?
Plays, literature, Midsummer Night, Tatiana, keywords.
Well, you get a long page about mainly the Midsummer Night's Dream play, which is a very longer version of what I just said. The most important thing for this conversation is that Shakespeare didn't know what the Queen of the Fairies' name was and took the name from an old text of someone called Ovid. And it means the children of Titans, or the daughters of Titans.
Mm. Well, that gives us a clue as to her origins then.
Quite literally.
Literally.
So, Tatiana is the daughter of
Titania. Like
Titania.
Titania.
Oh, that's great to know.
Demetria is the daughter of Dimitri.
So I tell the guys, I said, look, I found some stuff on, some information on her from my world, and it seems like she is a daughter of Titius.
A Titan.
A Titan.
What is that? Is that like a little riddle answer you got on there?
It's a little index of knowledge.
Oh, that's fancy.
It's the almighty Google.
Another
Wikipedia, baby.
god of another time.
By the way, if anyone have law demon monsters or law magic, they can definitely roll for Titans.
I got that.
Yeah, we both have that. Hey,
And I missed it by 2.
Religion would also work, but I don't think anyone has law religion.
Oh,
I have animals and cattle.
I got a 14.
So Ovid is the daughter of Titus.
nice. Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, nice.
Damn.
Well, roll it again for me.
Because the Titans and the Greek gods were at war with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Basically, Greek gods.
And you know a lot about Greek gods.
The Atlanteans strike back. For once,
Oh,
the
yes,
conventional
sir.
knowledge is actually pulling through. I'm impressed.
So am I.
Illustra also makes the roll. For, as usual, the information is a bit different for you, Illustra. You have heard of these enemies of the gods locked away in prisons. They might be the creators of gods, you're not really sure. And Titans is just one of the many names that they have. Jotun are also one of the names. But with those magnificent roll for my dimensional travelers. You actually know a bit of current events, which is something there is to talk about when you talk about gods and rifts. Very true, there are something called the Titans. As far as you know, they're very powerful alien intelligences, well, most of them, that were defeated by Zeus and the rest of his pantheon back in the day. And guarded by Hades. Every now and then, some demon tries to set them loose on the Megaverse. Usually it doesn't work. When it does, planets are destroyed. They want to escape, of course, as all alien intelligence, and want to take over the world and all other worlds. You do know that a couple of Titans escaped, well, not escaped, was let free, so to speak. They were too important. And one of them was Gaia, the mother of Zeus. Another was Proteus, the man who gave humankind fire, which is really magic. Oh, Prometheus, sorry. He was punished severely. You do know that the punishment of him having his liver eaten, at some point Zeus relented, and he's now just running around being a demigod-ish titan in the Megaverse.
You know what he punished man for accepting the the gift of fire?
And
He punished man for accepting the gift of fire from Prometheus
yes,
by creating woman. That's the actual Greek mythology origin
Greek
of women.
mythology is freaking weird, man.
So from whom I was born, how does any of this tie into that question?
Well, you decide that. Prometheus, Gaia, and Hecate were all titans who escaped judgment.
Ask the storyteller, Elf, if she has any other stories about Hecate. Since we know of Prometheus and we know of Gaia.
Have many stories of Hecate. Hecate mighty.
Did Hecate have any children?
Different stories say different things. Some stories say mother of Apollo. No, this is not true. Some stories say no children at all, too busy doing magic. Some stories say many children. All over the place.
What about Gaia?
He was a great wizard then.
Indeed. Gaia have many children. She very she life goddess. So
Would
many
she have
children.
had fairies as children?
Probably.
And Hecate, they would have fairies as children?
Probably more servant. She mighty magic, control all sorts of creatures.
Yeah, Gaia was the titan creation of the firmament. Hecate was the titan that created and controlled magic. Prometheus was the titan that controlled technology and knowledge.
I would say that.
This is all something that the Atlanteans, but Felix
Right.
doesn't.
So putting this together, that because Haggerty was a great master of magic, and part of the riddle says that she was born of magic. This kind of ties in with Haggerty then.
Hecate and Gaia, right? Because Hecate is a male?
No,
No,
female?
Hecate and Gaia are both female titans. Prometheus is the male titan there.
Yeah, I would think Hecate then. But, I mean, I don't know. We only get one shot.
Okay, well, we're going to go with that one shot, and if that don't work, somebody better step up.
Let's just on to the next trial.
Just a side note: is there any non-perishable food items on the in the area on the table?
There's actually some nuts and some raisins.
Wine.
Okay.
A wine.
Nuts,
I'm gonna
raisins.
pocket some nuts and some raisins just in case.
You know what? I
Do
think
you
it's a great
want to do
idea.
so stealthily?
I already,
Oh, we know I've
Dates?
already pocketed some, but I wasn't being
Did
stealthy
you have any
about it.
dates?
I already
I love
made something
dates.
to go package, and I definitely grabbed some wine. So.
I'm out of beef jerky, so I need to have nuts and berries and things.
I smack his hand. No more for you. You're already growing too many things already.
Hey, look, the extra toe gives me extra balance.
But didn't you say Hecate was a servant of Gaia?
Hecate was a titan like Gaia.
An equal.
Elastra, as you try to stealthily steal some food, you hear Titania's voice in your head saying, "Real princesses do not steal, little one."
I was just saving it for later. That's all.
Might be a snap-on.
Have your mother never taught you the magic
please.
word? Better.
What did your mother?
But first, the
Right,
challenge.
What did your mother teach you?
That's right. What did your mother teach you?
Oh, many, many things.
Was it more
Uh,
magic or was it more?
I mean, that's another
That
advantage.
whole-
That's another advantage that we could take. I mean, she didn't. We could ask her 21 questions. You know, try to get more information. Try to get her to narrow the field.
Well, what do we want to ask?
I'm trying to recall something else. She was baptized by moonlight.
Mm-hmm.
Hecate doesn't really have a direct connection with moonlight.
But the Earth does.
None of those three particularly do, other than Prometheus being his liver eaten every day and regenerating every night.
I don't understand Story's name, but ever nameless. What does that mean?
I don't remember too much about Greek mythology, but Athena is the goddess of Earth. Is that
The
what
hunt.
anyway?
No. This is way above Athena's head, actually.
Yeah, I think
This is going all the way back to the beginning stories of Greek mythology. Right.
You got me there.
Yeah, the origin stories, basically.
Yeah.
I think it's Gaia. But that's just a guess. I don't know. Because, like you said, it references the Earth. The Earth is baptized by the moonlight.
You know,
Let's-
we.
I've got to go with that. No, I don't think so. Because what was born of the Titans? The gods.
Yeah. And
What
she's
does
God.
Titania call herself?
A god.
The god.
Yeah. So she's from a Titan.
Titania literally means the daughter of a Titan, or daughter of Titan. Could be
Right.
multiple
Gaia is a
Titans.
Titan. Prometheus is a Titan, and Hecate is a Titan. Could be any one of these, right? But which one
I think
relates?
the answer is literal. It's a riddle. Most riddles aren't literal, except for what have I got in my pockets.
Apparently not nuts and berries because you're not allowed to take those.
Well, what does friend mean in Elfish?
My trousers are soaked in wine, though.
Maybe we could ask her if she has
So-
any brothers or sisters that might help narrow some things down.
There you go. Ask her who her father was, maybe.
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to tell you anything in Greek mythology.
No, it could be anything really.
He picks things up and he puts them
Eagle
down.
and other-
Atlas!
Perseus and Assyria.
All right, so I guess we should pump her for information as much as we can before we make an answer. Unless you just want to guess at it.
I could always try coming from
I'm
my
gonna lean towards the three answers of legend, lovers, or gods. Those are the three that I would go for, and honestly, probably at this point, I'm more leaning towards the gods than the legends. But
No, she is. a god, right? She refers to herself as a god, and she says, "Where am I from?" And you already said that the gods come from Titans, so we already know it has to be one of the Titans.
Unless it's just the
Hmm.
Titans.
This is just
Now, here's
It
another
wouldn't be
question,
wrong.
though,
It wouldn't
and
be a
it was
wrong
added
answer.
a little later. She has a tendency to collect kings,
history could be
right?
a right answer. She comes from Greek mythology. That I mean,
Yeah.
we don't know if she's meaning abstract or literal.
But she's having a tendency to collect kings, but they're not just kings, they're kings of art and music and such as that. The Greeks
Who is
loved
the
those things, but
who is the
does
goddess of art?
art and
Hermia. Of trade.
Oh, I can't remember now.
The last thing, sorry, April?
Hermia is the goddess of trade. Or god of trade.
but who is the god of art and the muses.
Muse. The muses. From what was I
That was
born?
a loud
Hey,
From whom was I born? Parents. You were born from parents like everyone
from
else.
Titans.
Whether they're
I
Titans
was
or,
born from Titans.
or calves.
But you could also say I was born from legends.
While you're all guessing, I think we're gonna take a small break. Well, you can keep guessing because I really need to go to the bathroom, and I
All
think
right.
it's about that time.
All right, chat,
And when
chime
we
in.
get back, I think we should have a small, some sort of answer anyway, or something to do anyway. Quite fun. So 5
Chat,
minutes.
you got a break time. Chime in for it.
Chat had all
Indeed.
week to chime in. Join us on Discord.
All right, we'll be back.
Hello again, everybody. Well, do you want to do anything about this riddle, everybody?
I'd like to reference it and see if there actually might be a stored riddle, a popular riddle.
Yep. How do you want to cross-reference and
I
stuff
just
like
search for the keywords, the sentence itself, and see if it shows up anything in my data.
that? Well, the riddle alone, no, nothing happens.
Okay, what about
Do you want?
baptized by
sorry?
moonlight or the other portions of the riddle?
No. Which library, which part of your library do you search in? Because the words themselves doesn't pop up as a riddle, but that's
Probably
been told
literature.
before. Well, you do get a hit on something that you've hit on earlier because you just search for it. It's on the earlier search results when you search for Shakespeare. He does use Hecate quite a lot. And the funny thing is, she's always a moon goddess.
Oh, I did not know that.
I did not remember that, so I could have been misleading us there earlier. I apologize.
I'm wondering if I want to tell these guys. Yeah, well, I think I just let them know, of course. Yeah, let them know what's going on. I say, hey guys, I just found something. Doing more digging in the search. Hecate is mentioned a lot by Shakespeare, and she's referred to as a moon goddess. Hecate is a titan. Well, Hecate is a titan. It's 2 for 1.
Yeah. So it kind of
Abstract
doubles
versus
up on us.
Specific.
Yeah.
Riddle
Sorry.
to be abstract.
I'm willing to take that risk. And if not, I'm willing to go fisticuffs with whatever she brings up.
I don't even know. I don't even know if she's going to be honest. We have nothing to gauge whether or not she's going to let us go. Just so you guys know, she likes to
Yeah.
collect.
Queen of Fairies. If she says she's going to do a thing, it'll probably happen. Maybe not the way you expect.
So if we ask, please, maybe she'll let us out of here.
All right, so at least we got an idea. We got more than a 50-50. We at least have a strong.
Oh, yes.
So,
6-toed foot from Jens. Sorry, yes. So do you approach Titania? Oh.
sure, I'll approach her.
Oh.
I say, I think we now have an answer to your riddle,
Very well. I'm listening.
and we believe that you, from whom you was born, was Hecate. I forget how to spell.
Hecate is
The moon goddess,
You want to say it?
Hecate
I
is
could say it.
indeed my
Greek.
mother.
and that is whom you were from, correct?
This is true.
So, did we complete your second task?
You have.
So,
I would also have accepted the man who gave me my name.
Shakespeare.
Indeed.
Okay.
Now I know that you don't need to do the final task. It would, however, entertain me.
Absolutely not. We completed our agreement. We answered your 2. You owe us a token, and we should be free to leave.
You know what? I'm up for it. Ow, ow.
Yeah, put that down.
We got
How
this.
would we intervene you?
We can be valorous. It would be non-valorous to not do the valor.
Okay.
We should totally.
I like this one.
We do valor. We
I
do
like
valor
this
without a
one.
test. We do valor
In the
every day.
name of my clan, I shall be the champion.
I mean, for me, just agreeing to a test of valor is relatively valorous, as Alastra just pointed out.
That's true.
I imagine the professional spy going,
Okay. All right. How about this? We did complete your 2 tasks. Why don't we just take, for your entertainment, the 3rd task? Regardless if we win or fail, we have still completed the 2 requirements.
oh yes. Indeed.
So whether we
Wow.
fail or not, we are still entitled to our token, and you're gonna let us leave.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
That could be discussed, of course, if you are very entertaining.
Please.
You
please.
guys know when she gets bored with entertainment, she freezes you, right?
Don't worry, I got this.
Oh God.
I only freeze
Okay,
kings.
that we know of. I'll trust you. Sure.
Yeah, we'll take an extra token of appreciation. That would be, I think that's a fair agreement for continued entertainment. Yeah, we got this. Your
Very well.
queenliness, we shall be valorous for you.
Well, if you want to be valorous for me and entertain me for more than a couple of seconds, you really can't do that in your condition, now can you? Let's do something about that. She waves her hand and you are fully healed.
You're the best. You know who's the best? You're the best.
That's why we love fairies.
Remind me to tell you the story about the floating psychic brain eaters that were in the bottom of a Depression era bank that had taken over a whole town at the request of a little rebellious punk goth girl. Great story.
And I've got one of their suits. I'll even put it on.
I would love to hear that story, but for now, rest until you meet the last test. Until you meet the Jabberwocky.
The Jabberwocky.
The Jabberwocky.
Is that a dance group? We doing a dance off? 'Cause we did that already.
My next level up, I'm literally taking dance as a skill.
Hey, you're using it often enough, I mean, honestly. You are all led to a place where you can rest. If any of the rest of you needed any hit points or stuff like that, that was also healed with her wave. But you have been active for quite some time, so it's probably nice to just sit down for a bit.
Long rest.
Yes, exactly.
Long rest.
Uh,
Long rest.
Oh, yes, indeed. Do any of you do anything while you rest? Something restful, I gather?
Does her magic work on
Sorry?
technology? Can she charge all of my energy cartridges?
No, your eclipse are not filled. No.
It's worth asking.
Worth trying. Yeah, I mean, if it was a god of technology, that could have happened. I mean,
I'll grab some of that fairy corn.
Yeah.
Not hiding. I'm just grabbing it for later. Put it in my bag. I need to replace my beef jerky.
I want some of that fairy tale.
Well, it kind of depends. You know, it ranges from deadly to other people's death around you to just making you very giggly.
And it gives me bells on my
Can you
fingers
make me a
and rings
fairy,
on my
fairy
toes.
roll? You can make me a roll to see if you know anything that should be safe. You think something about the walnuts should be okay? Good. They taste like walnuts, and again, nothing really happens for now. But you all get a good night's rest, regain your energy, except for the technological kind, of course.
I want to contemplate on the Jabberwocky and see if I can't conjure up what that might be.
It is.
Demon monster,
They
bro?
do walk in, they pop, they do everything. It's their
They even jump off each other's backs.
We're in serious trouble if we're going up against the Jabberwockies that I know.
I mean, everything
The pyrotechnics are old, man.
everything else that we've run into has come from an old Earth fairy tale or story. So this is probably also from an old Earth fairy tale or story.
And my skill is, I believe, a 46. So I actually feel right underneath.
Oh wait,
that.
I've got demons and monsters also, but I did not succeed.
No.
I never pull it up at all.
Oh wait a minute, it was a 51, but I still didn't succeed if it was a 51.
April, do you have Demon Monster Law?
I think so.
Because I'm.
Can you look in your little fancy computer thing for see if you've got something listed in one of your stories? You're muted.
Oh, you're muted.
Now you're gonna take my.
What am I looking for?
Well, I'm never gonna pull this up. The other skills.
What do you say, Michael?
What am I-
Sorry.
Looking for?
Counts?
You want to look
Oh, I
in one of
need
your
it.
fancy computer things where for old Earth stories that have a Jabberwocky in it. Everything else has come from an old Earth story here.
I just pulled it up. I made my roll.
Yeah.
Do I find anything in there?
Well, the roll was just a Demon Monster Law, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything on Jabberwockies?
Yeah.
Then,
have it.
before you look up,
41.
and
Plus 5.
let's see. Bill made it too. Did April have it? Do you have it, April? Oh, no.
I had it,
right.
but
No.
make her roll.
Well, before looking up on the computer, you both have heard this name. You're not really sure what it is, but you're pretty certain it relates to dragons somehow. Now, as you look up this strange name, Rembrandt, on your computer, it takes you a while to actually get it to spell right, because Jabberwocky, how the hell do you spell that? And
My spelling sucks, so yeah.
and it's a weird word, really, to be honest. And find out that it is indeed from a fairy tale. Well, not really a fairy tale as such, a story called Alice in Wonderland. And it's from a poem from that one, the second book in that series, apparently. And it's a monster that has to have its neck cut over with a sword called a Warple blade.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So,
now a level 5 Warple blade.
So it needs to be decapitated by a Vorpal blade?
It does so in the story.
Okay. All right, so I let the guys
It's a
know. Yeah, I
sneaky
did find
snack.
something. Looks like your hunch was right. Says like Jabberwockies or some kind of beast that needs its head chopped off by a vibro blade. Warble blade.
And
Vibro
you
blade.
Vorpal.
Said they're related to dragons?
It is. It does have some kind of relationship.
A Vorpal blade.
I got an idea. Let's go back to the girl with the dragon and see if she has any stories about the Jabberwocky.
Does A
There's
She
a
could
girl
be
with
the
the
tattoo
dragon.
of her dragon? Because that would be fun. Because then she would be the fairy with the dragon tattoo.
She'd be much more emo than she is not now.
She looks pretty emo to me with that awesome spiky hair going on. The
True,
shoulder length.
true. There's a little bit of Ditsaletsy going on there.
So are we about to go against the dragon? Is that what I'm hearing?
No, it's a Jabberwocky, and we gotta kill it with a snickety snack.
All right. Well, we'll have to have a vibro blade.
Or a Warple weapon.
I have a bow.
Yeah. Give it no.
I have a sword that if it's a dragon or a serpent, we'll finish him shortly, but I gotta know a little bit more about it.
Well, I just
This
got
one's
30
of iron,
stories.
this one's of steel. If the left one don't get you, then the right one will.
Sounds
Let's go
good.
talk to Ava.
Eva,
Fairy with your dragon
You go.
friend.
too.
You find your way back to the small library. And Ava goes, "You back again? Why you keep
Because
disturbing?"
we loved your stories so very much.
Love
You're a
your
great
stories.
storyteller.
Oh, then okay.
Also, I brought a little bit more barbecue for your friend. Because I hand box another little piece of meat.
No. Apparently, he can move quite fast for a very long time.
So, I have a question for you. We heard
Okay.
about this story about a Vorpal blade and a Jabberwocky. Do you know anything about that? It's a scary one, right?
Jabberwocky
Yeah, it's a scary one.
bad. Very
Do you know a
bad.
story about that you could tell us?
Wait. No, not have any story other than people get
How
eat.
about a story?
You no use
How
for
about a
that.
story about the Vorpal blade? Do you know any stories about that?
Me thinks that not really exist. It's from weird guy, him teacher, made story about girl falling into hole.
Mm.
Took dragon in story. Don't know why.
Okay.
Oh yeah, what do you know about the
The current king.
yeah
The what?
the
Sorry.
king the
Goblin King?
Goblin King? Yeah.
Oh, him. Him kind of new.
He's only been here for
Not be
50
here for
years.
long. Not long.
What does she like about him?
Me think him crutch.
Crutch.
Did she download for him?
Sorry, one more time.
He was pre-bedazzled, I'm
Oh.
sure.
I have a question. Should we be testing for coins or trying to release these kings?
You wanna
All
release
of them,
king?
sure.
Titania be
I'm
very
sure she
mad.
would. Who cares?
Well,
She's not my girlfriend.
I think once we finish the test of valor, our extra request will be to take the Goblin King with us.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
That's what I was thinking
What
too.
about the other three?
I mean, if you want to go against a god, you're welcome to.
Well, again, we can
The
adjust.
king,
We can
I know he pretty much sealed his own fate. He's okay.
All right, so screw him.
Yeah, just like we did, because we said we would.
And he has a bedazzled crotch.
Okay.
And
I
he
feel like
can
this
twirl
bedazzled-
balls, little crystal balls.
Yeah.
See?
Maybe,
Very good.
maybe a group of heroes will come along and save those people.
More heroes are out there. I mean, there's plenty of heroes. It's Rivers.
All right, so we should stop doing good things until we know them.
And then they
I mean,
became
I'm
the
on
villains.
principle, so you guys want to, say screw it.
Well, I don't like to see beings encased or enslaved in any way.
I don't know that I really believe that all of this is real, anyways. We're in a fairy tale, quite literal fairy tale.
We did actually consume magical food now, so
Look, I've got 6 toes on either feet. I'm balanced. The cauliflower ears don't help much.
You should be able to hear better.
nah, he'd be better off in an MMA fight, though.
So we put him up first against Jabberwocky
There we go.
with your toes.
With your toes. Give him a 6-toe crotch kick.
All right. Well, do we just want to rest up till morning, or do we have anything else to do?
Can't think of anything else except go back and get some more fairy food.
I already got pockets full
You
of it.
just fill your pockets with
Yeah.
fairy food, all of you. Fair enough.
Should say please first.
Please?
Well, apparently nobody stops you if you just take it. Apparently the whole thing that actually did it was Illustrator was trying to actually steal it.
See you last joke.
And we thought you were such a sweet little blonde.
There's a mean streak in that princess, man.
Thinking a little bit of wine will help me sleep at night.
have a very, very strange night as you continue to eat these fairy foods, as you continue sprouting weird body parts and beginning to float and going off on the nearest ferry you can find, just calling them all sorts of names you didn't really know, words you didn't really know you knew. Fortunately, as the sun rises, all of these effects stop. This includes the rest of you, by the way, as well, for those who have effects still from other stuff.
Excellent, excellent. Well, let's go out to the central chamber. Let's go out to the audience room.
As you leave your, small room that you've been given, you enter into a place you haven't been before. A giant square of grass and hedges, some ruins, and the stench of sulfur. I'm gonna show you something in Woe 20. Here you go.
Okay.
And as you notice one of the ruins, you see a small pile of smoke coming up from it. And then a creature arises. I'm just gonna, for a minute, take you back to the other one so I can show you the picture of what you're fighting. Here you go. This creature.
Ugly.
That thing really needs a snickety snack. Eat ugly.
But back.
You feeling
It's
strong,
legend.
Felix?
So I have a question for you.
Yes.
Would you say that this would be related to an alien intelligence? Or an essence?
No. If you had anything dragon related, I'd let that slide, but no.
Are we anywhere near a ley line?
No.
All right, so I reach to my belt and I start pulling out crystals.
Oh,
20, 40.
also before we left the room, I painted a bunch of war paint on.
This is fair, but I think it's time for
Roll
initiative.
for initiative.
Oh yes, indeed, very much so.
I'm distracted
Okay.
by the I don't know, plotting, I guess.
You can't find your bones. Oh, they're on my hands.
Look, I got messed up last time. I might be a little gun shy right now.
Same goes for Rembrandt, I can see. Demetrius is online. Well,
Yeah, that's Demetrius. Now let's see what Sophia does.
We're 6, 7, 9, 18.
and 18 from Illustrious.
Ooh,
Well,
older.
damn.
Yeah, because her Sixth Sense gave her a plus, so it's actually like a 20.
A 20 for
Sophia.
Sophia, you said?
Yeah.
Isn't it more? If you roll a 16, then it's plus 6, then it should be 22.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. I thought it was 4.
So, yeah, cool. And I'm gonna roll for the Jabberwocky. That's a 12 in all. So, let's start out with Sophia. You should be able to move your little token thing on the map. I think I've given you all allowances for that. So if you want to show me where you're moving when you're doing stuff.
Aha, I see the tokens now. Okay, so we're in the far right-hand corner, and the Jabberwocky is in the far left corner, basically behind some ruins.
Exactly.
I might not know how
How
to
about
move
you
my
just
tokens on
move
roll 20.
toward him so that you can get into range with your psionics? All right, so Sophia is going to move forward to the middle ruins if she can reach there in a melee action.
Oh, over here.
The hold on one second. I can see if I can. Yeah. Yes.
Cool. That can be done in one action, sure.
Okay. Demetrius will, if it's his turn. I'm not sure yet.
No, do you want to do anything else but run, Sophia?
Do you want to do anything else but run? Maybe throw a shield up for yourself. So Sophia decides to throw up a shield bubble, a telekinetic shield bubble.
Tried and true. Well, you all notice, for now that you've seen it so many times, the small glimmer in the air around Sophia as the bubble goes up. You will now forevermore know telekinetic fields when you see them. It's just not hidden for you anymore. This group notices. Anyway, that leads us down to Illustra and Demetrius are both at 18. Who of you want to go first?
Ladies first. Sing the damn thing to sleep again.
Lullaby, lullaby, go to sleep, you dragon.
Well, I sneaky your neck.
Yep. Do you want to do anything else? Cool.
Please don't eat me, please don't eat me, I taste like old crow.
Then on to Demetrius.
All right, Demetrius will move forward. Now, these ruins, all I see is like two L's back to back to each other. Ah, there we go. So is there like a way to get high ground on these ruins that Sophia are next to?
Well, a bit high ground. I mean, about 6 feet up is the tallest you can get in those ruins. When you look around, you do notice the columns that you're standing next to, the round gray things right beside you, are about 9 feet tall. And then there's the statue over here. That's also about 9 feet tall. Kind of looks like a knight.
Okay, I'm going to need more than that. So, yeah, I start pulling crystals out of my belt and I call forth my Pegasus.
Yes.
Speaking of Greek mythology.
Yeah, buddy.
A magnificent horse with great big wings appears out of your arm, I guess. I don't remember where you got it.
Let's see. I'll tell you in a second, because I even... Oh, it's on my left chest. No, my right chest.
So erupting from your chest is this giant, magnificent white horse with wings. Straight from the
guarding.
Or something. Yes, that appears. Excellent. Well, then we get to the Jabberwocky. It roars its disgust at the presence of intruders, especially the intruders that are close by, and flies over here and spits some sort of green, gooey, quite disgusting-looking liquid at you. You are quite aware that probably shouldn't be hit by this. You can roll me a dodge if you want to. It gets a 12 in all. Both of you. So a 12 to dodge if you want to.
Yes, you need to roll it. Dodge.
Cool.
Go ahead.
Plus
You roll
Last one
it.
doesn't have any dodges.
I'll only screw it up for you.
Yeah, let her press the button, man. It's much better.
Oh, yes, please. In the first meeting,
Oh.
you have considered
You both dodge the green liquid,
it.
and as it shoots into the ruins, you see it etching holes into it and slowly dissolving the rocks. And you are probably quite happy that you weren't hit by this, to be honest. Which brings us to Felix. Oh, sorry. What? No, it has very bad manners. It spits and everything.
I'm let's see. I'm gonna move towards the statue area, kind of like over here if I can. Still kind of in the open,
Sure.
but moving towards the statue and firing my bow, shooting my bow.
You can get to about here.
How do I erase that?
Then you dodged. That was your second. Okay.
And then you can definitely strike it if you want to.
I don't know how to erase that, but I'll figure it out. in a second.
Oh, it's fine.
4 dice 6.
I think actually I can. Wait a minute.
Slash roll 1.
No, I
4.
can't.
A modified 20.
Yep, you hit. Give me some damage. It does not try to dodge.
14. I rolled 2 1s and 2 6s. Great.
Well, very average then. Yep, it hits its scales. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but it does scratch it a bit. Which brings us to Rembrandt.
I want to move over to, I want to go intangible.
Yep.
And I want to move over to where Sophia is.
Cool, you can do that.
Yep. And she has a bubble up, right? So
Yep.
I want to go into the bubble.
Sure.
And I want to tell Sophia I think I have a strategy that might help us. I tell her this thing's an air breather, and you can put bubbles around people. I have smoke grenades. I wonder if it can breathe and process smoke.
So trap it within a bubble as you throw a smoke.
Yes. Throw a smoke bomb, trap it in the bubble, and let it breathe smoke for 5 minutes.
Okay. We'll try that, and if it doesn't work, Pegasus and I are going to do what we do best.
Cool.
So Pegasus and I are going to fly together and get high up
First of
and dive down if the smoke thing doesn't work.
But cool. Then we go back to Sophia, which you have just gotten these instructions.
And I do that.
You do a bubble around it.
Mm-hmm. No.
No, not yet. You wait for his signal.
You await your bubble so that when it gets to Rembrandt's turn, you can do the bubble as he throws. Cool. That can be done. Well, then it's Elastra or Demetrius.
Demetrius hovers on Pegasus, waiting.
Yep. Elastra? It did. Cool. Give me a strike roll.
That'll work, except that it'll only bounce around inside the bubble. The bubble doesn't move.
It's not in a bubble yet, so...
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, no. Telekinetic force flies past it, and it does absolutely nothing about it. Cool. Well, that gets up to the Jabberwocky, who has all sorts of people around it, all of a sudden. And it really likes this acid breath business as it has going. So it wants to try that again. Which makes it a 16. And Rembrandt, you don't need to roll a dodge because you are intangible at the moment. But Illustra and Sophia, please make me a dodge roll for 16 if you want to dodge this.
Just that's your thing. So your shield.
My shield.
That way you're waiting your turn and you can counterattack.
Oh, Illustra, very close. Yes, you just make it.
So Sophia has elected to just let her shield soak it.
You could just take it on the shield if you want to. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll just roll some damage then. 50 mega damage.
It's over there. I think it's 25 per level, so you've got 50.
I enjoy your face of shock and terror, Chance.
I know this music. It's time to change the beat.
This is life, not
I think I've felt
TV,
this music
just
before.
Watching your players going.
Also,
Yes, it's
Illustra,
50.
looking Discord.
She's right now. She has 50 MBC on it. So how much did it take?
50.
Yeah.
Yeah, it pops. It goes pop. Well, then it's Felix.
I'm gonna move to the base of the statue and fire my bow again.
Yes, please give me a perception check with a -2 because you're in combat.
My perception bonus is 6. Roll 1d20 plus 4. I'd say I got this.
Oh my god!
I perceive
Damn!
time, space, the future.
You notice that the statue of the knight, this stone statue of a knight, has a sword. That's not really covered, not really stone as much as steel, covered a bit with stony dust. Quite big.
I may or may not have been going straight for that already. She wanted
Fair
this
enough,
to
fair
be
enough.
entertaining. I have plans.
Do you want to change your action? then?
For right now, no. But I do have a question on the sword. Does it look like it's still attached to it, or is it like loose sheath, like pull the sword from the stone sort of thing? Just at a quick glance.
It looks like it is stuck there, like the hands are
Okay.
closing in on it, but it does seem like it's separate.
Right. Okay. So, this action, I'm going to be shooting the bow again. Try to make it angry
Cool.
at me, because I need it near me for my plan to work.
You're exposed. You have to choose now whether you
It's more than
Well, you
6.
hit. It doesn't dodge.
do the attack.
Another 14.
I would do the attack and then move to cover.
Cool. Well, then it's Rembrandt, and I guess a lot of other people who are also readying their actions.
Okay, so I have a grenade, smoke grenade. I want to throw it.
Cool. Give me a strike roll just to see how precise you are.
Yep. I tell Sophia to let her bubble down.
Actually, Sophia, do me a strike roll as well, so you can time it well. You don't need a great. Oh, maybe you do need a great roll. Michael, how do you have a strike bonus?
I do.
So you
My strike is 7, so 13.
Oh, that's a 12 then. Fair
12.
enough. And Sophia, how much do you have any strike bonus as well?
I think she gets since she's attacking with the shield kind of to get it in, she doesn't have a strike rolls per se, but the Jabberwocky has a -6 to dodge out of the bubble before it closes in on it.
Yeah, but this was just to determine timing.
That's
So
probably just her straight roll. She might have like a +2 to her psionics, but I can't find it quickly.
fair enough. But you did roll a 12 and everything. Yeah, cool. Well, it does. It would hit if it was a range attack, so I guess that'll do. It just closes, and you notice the grenade just bouncing off the wall just as it was about to leave the bubble. But it does encapsulate, and you see the bubble filling with smoke.
All right. I want to use my X-ray and monitor the heart
Cool.
and the lungs, and I want to know when it stopped.
For now, nothing happens. But we are still in the same meaty round, so it will take a bit longer. But we'll get right back to Sophia. Do you want to do anything else?
Can I throw up another bubble around myself? I have 2 bubbles at once.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. And Demetrius?
Still hovering. I'm going to save my attacks in case this doesn't work.
Lustra?
Well, I think I'm gonna stop being like right in front of it this time and move back here.
Fair.
You can join me in my bubble,
It's nice and cozy in the bubble.
right?
Breath attacks mean getting close together bad.
Also true.
But yeah, that's fine for now.
Cool. Then we get to the Jabberwocky. Jabberwocky will roll some dice. Yes. The Jabberwocky, Rembrandt, you notice that where the Jabberwocky was, it is no longer there. You do hear a large pop right beside the statue.
Oh.
As apparently it teleports over to the guy who keeps needling it with stuff. It doesn't like you, Felix.
Ooh.
I mean,
Wants to bully you.
all of a sudden, I'm having second thoughts about my plan.
Demetrius raises his hand. Since he teleported, and I am a master of teleportation, could I
You are.
possibly mess with his teleport?
I would say in this case no, because you didn't know it was going to teleport. You didn't prepare for that, and you couldn't see what was happening. So in this case,
But
no.
doesn't Sophia or what is it, Illustria have a sixth sense to know when they're doing magic, they're about to use an ability?
Don't think it can detect that. No.
Only
No,
if
it
it's
just
danger.
detects
yeah.
the danger
Yeah.
of the attack.
And she is already in combat mode, so no, Illustra, your sixth
Yeah.
sense has already been activated, pretty much. But if it teleports in front of you, then yes, you can see the signs of it teleporting and try to disrupt that. Yeah,
Does it
but it was covered in smoke, so
does it
no.
still have a smoke grenade around it? I would assume no. It's left behind.
Nope. There's a bubble of smoke back where...
Yeah, where it was.
But it will try to bite you, Felix.
Do I get a parry?
Oh yes, indeed. Don't think you have to. Yeah, you
filthy
parry
casual.
that. You parry that. It just snaps out of you and draws its head back. And no nullified powers she would have to be very close to it for that to work.
Conversion book with a bunch of characters on the front of it.
But that gets us to Felix,
Climbing the
who
statue.
is by the statue and the Jabberwocky.
I'm gonna climb that statue, get on top of that thing. Be standing on top of the shoulders there. I'm assuming I probably
Give
won't be able
me-
to attack at the same time as I'm doing that, because that's going to take a lot of concentration.
Well, if you give me a backflip roll, you see how fast you get up there.
I have climb, I don't have acrobatic.
Oh, then do me a climb roll.
Okay.
I just like using backflip whenever I get the
Right.
chance.
Oh, actually, wait a minute. I have boxing and wrestling. Okay, so nope.
You don't have
Don't
gymnastics
have
either?
gymnastics or kickboxing. What was that? Son of a!
You
This could eat.
clatter and well, you do climb up. It's not whether you can climb up or not. It's how fast it goes. So you do get up there eventually, but it's a bit of and wheezing and pulling yourself up and trying to duck every now and
Too
then.
much
as the
fairy
bed
food.
goes. Yep,
Shouldn't have had all that wine.
it's those 6 toes, man. You've gotten used to the 6 toes. Now you only have 5 on each foot. It's just weird, man.
Exactly, that's what I'm talking about.
But you do get to the sword hands. Next round, that is. Rembrandt.
I tell the group that if they should probably take out the wings, because if this thing gets airborne, we're screwed. And I disengage and take myself out of combat.
Cool.
And I say, I'm not going to kill an innocent creature for someone else's amusement. It's not how I work.
Fair enough. Well, Sophia?
Or try to use your super telekinesis to knock it off.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, like throw one of the huge
If you're gonna
rocks or
knock
something
it,
at
knock
it.
it to the ground in front of the statue.
Yeah,
What they all said together?
pick the statue, and it down on top of it. There you go.
Oh. Then I can have Felix pull the sword out.
Exactly. Maybe it'll break the statue, and he'll be able to get the sword out easier.
So what do you do?
Pick up the statue, or use telekinesis to pick up the statue and throw it. No, drop
I'm
it.
standing on the statue right now.
Your telekinesis grabs hold of the statue, and you realize very quickly that it's much too heavy for you to affect with your telekinesis. That, and it's pretty much in the ground.
And
So
throw a rock or something at it. What's these 5 things over here to the far right at the end of the columns? They're like little.
that's a small rubble, really.
There you go. Throw that across the screen at it.
Can I throw the rubble at it? And maybe
Oh,
it's
give me a strike
She
roll.
has super telekinesis now. It's not just regular telekinesis.
Oh, I know, but the statue is quite heavy.
Okay.
But you can do the rubble. That's no problem. Do me a strike roll.
D20.
Well, you do hit it with a rock. Doesn't seem to care that much about it. Nothing really happens. It bounces up. But we'll get to Illustra.
Actually, out of attacks.
Oh. Then Demetrius.
Demetrius has saved all of his attacks, except for the
He has
pencil.
lots of attacks.
Yeah. So now I'm going to activate my flaming sword with the coiled snake and the dripping blood from it. So for the full amount.
You don't have a lot of PPE left after this, do you?
Well, I used all my crystals to call forth the Pegasus. Now I have only my base PPE.
Draining yourself a bit.
Yeah. Well, I figured we're going to have to go big on this one.
Yeah, it's probably not a bad idea.
Yeah.
get right down to it.
So yes,
Well-
it's going to cost me 55 PPE. I can do that. Okay,
Sure,
so I
and,
go ahead and do that.
And you're on a Pegasus, so you can definitely get over there in one turn if you want to attack too.
Exactly. That's what I want to do is dive with the Pegasus. The Pegasus also wants to do an attack because it has 4 attacks per round.
Sure.
So first I will take a swing at it, and then as it's passing over the Jabberwocky, it's going to try and back kick it in the face as I pass by. So,
Cool.
There we go. Here we go.
So strike roll from your flame sword.
And I have. Hold on. Oh, by the way, this is a lizard based like dragon type thing, right?
Oh yes, indeed.
Okay, so I do 66 times 3 damage.
Oh, you need to hit it first.
Yes, I know. Come on, baby. Eddie needs a new pair of shoes.
Let's see if roll 20 wanna
Roll 20. Don't
be your friend
fuck me now.
Well, you do hit. It's a hand attack. Let's see if it parries that.
I have bonuses to strike with a sword, by the way.
Yeah, well, let's see. It does a 19.
Oh, for f***ing sake! All right. Well, let's do the Pegasus then.
It's only a measly +6. Come on.
For effing sake!
Yeah, how about I take a stack
Why don't you take that from me? Yes, and burn it after that.
April, I command you to do his rolls from now on. This is getting embarrassing.
I want to cry. Nothing at this point. No. Well, I can continue to fight. Like I've saved all my attacks, but
Yeah, definitely. It is the turn of the Jabberwocky, however, that's also not out of attacks. And it doesn't really see you as a threat for some reason.
yeah.
Who would have thunk it? It does, however, still see Felix as a threat. And tries to bite you.
What would you roll that for?
Let's see, that's a 9. Oh, you just parry it. I also have a 9.
Shoo!
Ah! Which brings us to you, Felix.
So, I have an idea. And I gotta run this
Mhm.
by you so that you can tell my character a quick sanity check on if the statue would work or not work for this. You ever see in those video games when they're like running up the head of the dragon and they jump off the head of the dragon and they do like a flip around with their bow and they're like, "Rah!" and they fire the bow into the head of the dragon sort of thing? Or in those
He wants
movies
to
that have
do
I
those
love
too?
Dragon Age.
Sorry, trick shot. That's
So,
what that is.
I'm not going to shoot at the dragon. I'm going to jump backwards off the statue now that the dragon's in front of the statue and try to shoot at the base of the statue to weaken it. Damage it if can, if not, just to weaken. Because my whole goal was to get him in front of the statue, because I plan on knocking the statue and sword onto his neck.
Well,
Guillotine. I like.
the problem is that you don't know if the statue is made of SDC or MDC
Right.
material. Because if it's SDC material, then yes, this is most certainly
Because
possible.
that's my plan.
You do know enough about magic, however, that you're not sure this could be enchanted. This could very well be enchanted. And, well,
Unless it's an obvious bad idea, that's what I'm doing.
it's kind of like a 50-50. It
Good enough for
depends on
me.
how much you believe in the material, really.
Doing it.
You're doing it. Fair enough.
She
fair
wants
enough.
this to
Well,
be entertaining. I am entertaining Queen Titania.
well, if nothing else, it's gonna look real cool.
Right.
And I have a... That's only a +4. Come on, baby. Oh!
Well, you do definitely hit.
Swing.
Give me some damage.
Crap for damage. But it looked
Well,
cool.
you do. It did look extremely cool, and you do make quite a big nick in the foot of the statue. Not quite enough to knock it over to your. Much to your chagrin, it's not made of SDC material. It is some sort of enchantment. It's not indestructible, however.
I have 2 more attacks.
Yes, and that leads us to Rembrandt.
Yes, Rembrandt's here.
You want to do anything?
Not particularly. No, I'll pass.
Cool. Well, let's just do how many have attacks left, and how many attacks do you have left?
Two
2
left.
for you.
I have 2,
Two
and
for
my
you.
Pegasus has 3. No, wait, I have 5 attacks. I have three more left.
Okay, and I have 2 more left as well. Well, I just need to get a short toilet break. I will be right back, but otherwise I won't be able to sit still. So, 2 minutes.
Okay.
That's why I said put a bubble around you, because you almost had attacks.
While we're doing that, just to go over some of the shows coming up this week. We have on Sunday, we are back with Tomb of Annihilation, 5th edition D&D campaign, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Monday, we'll be back with Star Trek, 8:30 to 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Wednesday, we'll be back with the Ruby Fabled campaign, which will be 8:30 to 10 Eastern Standard Time. And then Thursday, we'll be back with Star Wars from 8:30 to 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then we'll be back next Saturday with this stream of Rifts at our normal time on Saturday, 6 Eastern to 8 p.m. Eastern. Just to lay out some of that stuff. And then I do believe we have another promo video we'll be doing some point in the next weekend-ish time period, where we'll be continuing our HelloFresh campaign. So help support the channel if you can, and thanks for everybody who already has.
Indeed. Well, I see Rembrandt is away for the moment, but oh yeah, there, cool. Let's go on it with the showeth, Demetrius.
All right, we are circling around and coming back down for another swipe, this time from the front. Down across the back of the neck as we go past. And then again, the horse is going to try and kick off of him and kind of just side kick and use his back legs.
This time you definitely hit, even though I have a bonus, but you had a bigger bonus than mine, so you do hit with your sword.
Okay. Yeah, let me see that again.
Now, the tattoo you have is especially made for dragons, right?
The flaming sword literally is enhanced to do extra damage against reptilians of all types.
Good. Goody gumdrops. Goody gumdrops.
Roll the no, not 1d20. You want to roll the damage, which would be the character sheet. It's going to be 18d6.
That's a lot of d6.
Yes. There we go. I mean, it's not
Damn!
good.
It shrieks as you cut into its neck, and you almost decapitate it. Almost. Not quite.
Wait, Pegasus has still got a kick.
Let's see. how the Pegasus does.
And he has a bonus
Well, it does hit.
strike. He has a +1 to strike. No, yeah, +1 to strike and +3 to damage while flying.
Never mind, I got a natural 20.
Oh, darn gummit.
To parry.
I'm glad you parried before
So?
trying to attack me with that crit.
This time it does most definitely notice you. It is the turn of the Jabberwocky, in case you were wondering. And it takes flight against you and bites toward you.
All right, we are flying, so I get a +3 to dodge.
Yep. You have to beat an 18.
Go ahead, roll 1d20.
Yeah.
19.
Yes, you just dodge the attack.
Nice.
Felix?
But it's still in front of the statue, and the statue with its sword is still going to be like, "Whoa."
I think you might have misunderstood me. The sword is holding it kind of like a guardian.
Oh, the sword is down. I thought the sword was up. Okay, the sword is down.
No.
We need to get him back down on the ground and then drop that sucker on its neck. If I don't take it off the next time around, I've got one more.
And, I mean, that are some pretty hefty hits.
So with it's flying, right? It's up off the ground a little bit.
Oh, yes.
How far up off the ground is it?
Well, not fast for now. It's just enough to attack
I could reach its feet.
Demetrius. If you jumped, yeah, sure.
I have supernatural strength of 21.
Yeah.
And since the sword is pointed down, maybe
Mhm.
instead of hitting him with the statue, I try to hit the statue with him. Grapple,
Wait,
eat,
what?
spin.
You're gonna grapple the Jabberwocky.
Look, it's out of balance right now. It just started flying. It's not really going very well. It's injured. If I can grab it by its feet and yank it down,
Give me a strike roll. Let's do a contested strike roll.
and this one would be probably just a +2, unless I'm getting a strength bonus. But
I have 17.
hand-to-hand expert, yep. Just to make sure. This is totally not going to go well for me, but she said to make it fun.
Indeed.
Just trying to see. I'm trying to find my bonuses. So that's.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Oh no, it is a 4. Okay, I have
You grab onto its legs, and the surprise, combined with the almost decapitation, actually pulls it down towards the ground. You don't have a stranglehold on it because it's simply too big. But you are trying very hard to put your weight in, and it does slowly descend towards the ground, much to its surprise. Demetrius?
Well, seeing this, I see an opportunity. So as he's dragging him back toward the ground, I'm going to dive off of Pegasus directly at it. Just all or nothing, gonna take its head off.
Yep. Give me an attack roll. Well, it does hit.
And- all right, roll 18d6.
Just a minute. How much bonus do you have? It does touch parry.
Sorry,
It does try to parry. How much bonus do you have?
to strike, it's a 2. I have a +2 to strike.
Oh. Then it does parry you.
Oh, it parries me. So,
Yeah.
I'm out.
And its last attack,
Dragon.
it's gonna try and bite you off. Felix.
What about Pegasus? It can dive.
Oh yeah, Pegasus. Sorry.
Yeah, it can dive too. So go ahead and roll a 1d20. Oh, right, you put a space in there. Between /bolt. Yeah, that's more
That's
like
a
it.
hit. Oh, wait a minute. How much bonus does this have? Because it doesn't have a lot of bonus. It's
hold on one second here. Pegasus to strike. It has a +1 to strike and a +3 to damage while flying.
Oh no, then it's not enough. I have a +7 to parry. So, well,
We need to. When you get a chance.
well, it does. It also wants a chance. So it's gonna bite Felix. All we are saying is I'm not hitting shit. I do get a 9, so I do hit unless you parry.
Son of a.
Never mind. Never
I
mind.
should have done what I was going to
Untouchable.
say. Before you said your roll, I'm like, I'm not even going to parry. I'm going to Simo attack. But I didn't declare it. Damn it!
Well, Felix, your final attack.
I wanted it to be a Simo attack, but it was too slow. That's all right. That's all right. I just wasted a 20. That's cool. I'm going to do a shot put spin. You know, a whirlwind, just to lean back and start spinning and trying to spin it with some centrifugal force, neck first, head first, into the blade of the statue.
Oh, very nice. Smooth.
Shot put spin. Jeepus!
Pretty fucking good roll.
Oh my god! Can I have a little something, please? Can you send a little of that my way?
Oh my god.
The statue has the Vorpal blade.
Much to the surprise of gravity, this man-sized being grabs a hold of a dragon-sized being by the foot and apparently begins to swing it around in great big circle. Everyone is surprised, including the laws of physics. And you want to strike the statue.
I'm striking the statue with the dragon.
You know what? I'm just gonna. Let's do the roll now. Let's give me a strike roll for striking the statue.
Oh my god, Chance.
I can't roll damage for crap, though.
Yeah, well, that doesn't matter.
Roll me 2d6 times 10, please.
Well,
How'd you get a 2?
You got
That's
No,
very
I had-
minimal.
no, I rolled that wrong. Because it didn't show me my dice numbers. Did I type that wrong? It didn't show dice numbers. Usually it shows dice.
Yeah, something is wrong with that roll. Just roll 2d6 and then.
There we go.
Just
See, that one actually showed the dice
60
numbers.
damage. Excellent, excellent. In one of these swings, as it passes the statue, you hear a chop, and you see a blood streak.
Snickety snack, mother.
Oh, gross.
Oh, gross, yeah.
This circle of red around you.
I howl.
And you notice that this Jabberwocky is definitely dead.
I will just toss it into like a wall or something.
It rocks into one of the
Better
ruined
yet,
walls
better
and
yet.
just knocks it over.
Can I do another attack roll just to see how far I can shot put throw this?
Sure, why the hell not? Why the hell not?
I'll just do a straight 20. That's not as good, but still.
Well, it hits the nearest wall and knocks that over. Right. Well, the arena you're in dissolves, and you hear I wouldn't call it thunderous, because fairy hands are just too small to be thunderous in their applause. It's kind of like clicking.
A whole lot of it.
Swarms of clicking. As hundreds of small, tiny fairy hands applaud you. And amongst these, although quieter than the small clicking fairy hands, is a dignified clap.
The golf club.
Exactly. Of Queen Titania on her throne. Oh, very good indeed. That was simply entertaining indeed. I thank you, mortals. You have made this day one to remember. Now, as I promised, I owe you a favor.
We've already claimed the first favor of taking food with us, right? Like, this is a separate favor from the escape, from the being able to safely leave.
Yes.
And I was just kind of out of it, sort of thing. This is, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Meta.
Well, my queenliest of queens.
Flattery will get you everywhere.
Our request that we have from this great entertainment to provide for you,
Release the kings.
we want to take the Goblin King with us.
Indeed. Now this is asking quite a lot of me.
Oh, we know that it is.
You are asking for my life and love, my hope and my dreams.
He's a fake.
You have a spare.
But now,
This princess speaks the truth. I do have spares.
and fresh stories.
And to be honest, this play is beginning to bore me a bit.
So that's a yes.
So very well, you may take that king with you when you leave.
When?
Most gracious of thanks, O queenliest of queens.
I thank you so much for the entertainment. Now, it is time to wake up. And you all sort of shake your heads a bit and notice that you are sleeping in front of Lenny. You have everything that you grabbed on you,
Nice.
which is quite a lot. Someone would think you robbed a banquet or something like that. Rembrandt, you hear a tiny voice by your ear from Nyx. You good man. You give candy. Me give gift.
Aw.
And you notice a very tiny flower arrangement that would fit on the head of a pixie, but would probably fit on you like a ring.
Okay. I'll put it on.
You sense a tingle and a sense of peace.
I say thank you.
You're welcome.
I hope we meet again.
Me too. And it kind of disappears like echoes. And you see Dr. Forsyth in the car, in the door of the car, going, "Well, you can't just lie around all day. We're going to Mad Haven. Get up, get up."
See, what had happened was end scene.
I can't believe you
And this
tell
is
you
where
that
we'll
either.
slowly fade out and end the session for today. That was Dance Magic Dance. Oh, before I end, you do also notice that there's a very confused man with taking off a wig. Kind of looks like somebody called David. Not that. No, that wig doesn't come off once we're playing. But again, that was Dance Magic Dance with David with you now. Next week, we'll begin the chapter called Riders in a Storm. Thank you very much for tonight, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you, all the players and audience members. We're going to head off with a raid. So, in our raid, please be considerate, but, spam our emotes and let them know that we are there. And we'll see everybody next week. So, bye, everybody.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.